is easier to control?
Um,
Or about the same?
About the same.
About the same, okay. I think your cue both ways is where the pinky is. So after the pinky here, crescendo, and after the pinky here, decrescendo. I guess it's not the first pinky, is it? It's maybe the second one. It's the second pinky. Now your left hand sounds better now. By the time you got to, about the last two patterns, I felt like it was pretty consistent. So as much as you gave, when you gave your extra sound, you took it back, they were pretty balanced, pretty even, okay? So, let me see what else we did with you. Did we play scales with you last time? Where are you? The left hand. Okay, so as you're going up here, think about a little bit more weight on your right foot, so that your arm stays pretty much in the same place as relative to your body. Your arm is staying pretty much the same. You're just changing your body. You're not just making your arm having to do this thing. Okay, that's pretty uncomfortable, and it's hard to control. Okay, so let's try it again down here. I know you think about that. It's hard to think about your fingers, but we'll do it again. Spread your feet out a tiny bit farther apart. Now, just for right now, lean this way and just a tiny bit of this. You know what this makes me think of? Now, I bet you probably don't even know what this is, but do you know, have you ever seen the really, really old 1960s Lost in Space?
She's never even heard of it.
But you know what I'm talking about? Okay, they had this really cheesy robot. Danger, danger, do you remember that?
Vaguely. I can remember I didn't have TV. That's one of the ones
Oh,
that
okay,
I don't know
okay.
if I saw.
Well, what I just remember with him about that is that it was like he had the lower unit was here and the upper unit twisted away and around, okay? So I'm just thinking about you'll have to go see if you can find a clip of that somewhere on the internet. Lost in Space. Okay, so I just want you to think about you're moving this way. You're moving this way, not just leaning this way. You also have some movement in your upper torso, a little bit in your torso. Yes, and that means that your arm can stay lined up, okay? Okay, let's try that again. As you do this to going up, and you have a little bit more way here, and then you're going to unwind coming back down here. Yeah. Right. So it's just making sure that you're lining yourself up. Your arm is aligned with you, not that your arm is aligned up with the keyboard, because that's when you get this thing going on. Okay. I'd like to hear next time. I'd like to hear F major. Yes, and B flat. We worked a little bit on B flat. Yes. Okay, so I want to hear F major and B flat next time. Okay, now let's go to Rondo. Okay? Okay. What is a rondo?
Like around.
It does look like it does like a round. It is kind of like that. Because you have one part, what would you say the A section is?
Here, here, here. No, wait.
Here.
Here. Here.
Right.
And then.
Kind of at the
well,
end.
there.
Yeah. And then it has a short little coda. Have you played any other rondos? Can you recall any rondos that you played? Let's see. Well, there's a sonata rondo in there. There's a rondo over here in book 2, which is one of your favorite pieces in book 2, actually. You play the first part of that. That's it. Right, so what section is that?
A.
A. And then what happens to that A? Then
Repeat.
it repeats, and then we have,
The B.
yes, and then what comes after that?
A.
A again. And what happens after that?
A. Repeat.
Repeats back to the,
B.
and then you go back to the,
A.
and then you have
A fancy A.
well, it's similar to the A. I would almost say, I think I'm going to call that C. I think it's enough different that we could call it a C. But it's a rondo because it has A and a B and an A and a B and then an A and a B, or an A, B, A, B, A, and then finally a C, right? And so, and this is a pretty simple rondo. It just has A's and B's. Slight different thing at the end, but not very much. Okay, and we were, have we done hands together this or just hands together? Okay, all right. There was a lot of very musical things going on. Were you imagining yourself singing that, maybe? Not really. Do you see what it's right here? It says this is a divertimento.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that means it was a string, I'm sorry, a wind instrument, written originally for winds. Remember this? Oh yeah, it's one of your favorites from book 2, right? So that was written for, like, what do we say, 2 clarinets and a bassoon.
Yeah.
So this is probably, wind instrument, or at least in the style of that, okay? So I think you were doing it with a lot of nice musicality. That's good. Okay, so where do you think is the problem in this? Where do you kind of get tangled up a bit?
Like the moving from like the A section to the B and the B to the A.
I think you're onto it, and it's the moving thing. Okay, so here you played this correctly, and you did the right fingers, right, right, and that leads you to your octave. So what are these things right after that octave? What's that?
Rest.
Rests. And so another word for rest is
Get ready.
get ready. So this is about this speed. So you have to make sure you're going ahead and moving it. I would move it right here while this hand's getting started. Not wait until you get started on this and move it later. Let's just too much talking, too much talking. Just watch. So I'm not moving in the speed of the piece. I'm not moving in the tempo of the piece. That's just quick. And one other little secret is if you'll lift your thumb when you come off of it, it's easier to get there than if you do that. Okay, so just show me that. And what's the same? What's it? Yeah, right. It's pretty good. Do that again. Good, good. Now, can we just play hands together right here, and you're concentrating on moving this. See, you were there already. You almost don't. Did you play it early that time? Did you play it on time? I don't remember. I thought it was early, and then you repeated it. Do it one more time. You got there really well. That was excellent. You got across and moved it. Excellent. Okay. So what is the fingering going on in here? Why do you think that's tricky? What part about this does
I think
it is. It's getting. So what I think is happening, you're playing your 3, and you're not really moving it out of the way, and then your 2 has to get there. So rotate to your thumb and rotate to your 2. So lift your thumb, rotate to your 2. When you lift your yeah, do that again. Just a tiny bit more on your thumb. I want you to go all the way 3 this time. And check your hand. Good. That's a nice balance on that. And then pick up your pinky. That's right. Let's break that into kind of 2 parts then. Dee da da da. So this part and then those 3 notes. So let's think about it in kind of 2 groups. Let's do this one again. Yes, that doesn't sound like you're quite balanced there. Yeah. So take a ride for a second. Actually, that was better. That was better. Here, first of all, is making sure you're balanced there, and then you can, from that point of balance, then you can rotate just a little bit to the pinky. That was excellent. That feels good, doesn't it? Does it feel secure?
Yeah.
That's the idea. Okay, now do it one more time, but without the pause. I think this. I don't think you rotated to the pinky. Let's do it slowly enough so you have time to really rotate to each finger. Ready? Go. try from slow it down. Gosh, I demonstrated a little too fast.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, it's an odd place to start, right?
Yeah.
But you figured it out. So you play the 4 here, and then you change to the 4 here, so you can play the 5 there, right? All right, so we have to get ready on the rests. Let's mark that. This is not a jellyfish. This is the get readies, okay? Get ready. And then over here, we just said we're just going to practice that as with a slight pause, just to make sure you balance, and then rotate from there. So a little bit of hands up around there. I can just say lift your finger, but it's just rotating it, right? I'm just going to put a lift. Okay, that's enough. Lift it. Let's see, we see one other thing. So I asked you what the problems were, and I think you put your finger on it, as all good pianists will, put your finger on it. From here to here, and then from here, getting back to here. So let's see, what does your left hand have to do to get ready for this? I mean, it has one rest.
That's wrong stuff.
Exactly. This is the end of the movement, is the lift. Okay? That's right. That's it. That was it. That's using the rebound off of this to get down there. Now, then how are you going to get ready for this? There's no rest. Right, I think it was pretty good. Balance. Rebound. That's good. Don't worry about playing it just, so fast right now, but it's so that it's really clear, right? All right. I'd like to hear this ending part one more time. Let's see. How about from here? That's that second one. Da, 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 bum. There are a couple of rests in there, though. There's a couple of rests. Where are the rests in here? Yep. And what about the line before it? Yeah. So I think we just could utilize those rests better. The fingering's not marked here, but it is the same as what you've got right here. So I think you're using a 3 there instead of a 2. Yeah, you're using a 3 there. a little bit of more of a contrast right here. This ending's a big finish. Okay, I think we're going to leave this for today, but the main things I'd like for you to work out are making sure that you're really serious about these rests, the get readies. There's one over there. We didn't like that. We should do that. The get readies. And a little fingering thing right there. And this is, I think this is such a nice choice for the beginning of book 4. You know, it's not something that's going to take you months to get together. You know, it's pretty simple. It's easy to read. So I feel like it's a really good, nice choice. And I like this thing that's happening here because you're going to need this over here in the Beethoven. You have something very similar to that. So I guess what I'd like to do is I'd like to hear one more time from this just the A section over here on the first page, okay? And I'm really listening for the transition here, okay? Mozart, okay? Good for you. Then when you get more notes going on in the left hand, I think you stop paying as much attention to the melody. I didn't really feel like we had a really good rests in here, okay? Especially right here. Now I know you're going to play that this is going to be, the next note is going to be the same place, but watch. Sorry. It's just your right hand by itself. 5, 3, 1. 5, 3, 1.
No.
So.
No, it's 4. My personal opinion is that for small hands, if that 4 is uncomfortable, play it with a 3. Right? Yes. Can we just... Nearly exactly the same. Only your pinky's longer, and your second finger's longer, but my thumb's longer. Okay, so we're so close to being exactly the same size. I just think 3 is so much easier to get there. And also tends to make you want to bring your thumb along than that. I think the arm angle is so much better if you use the 3. Okay, but the reason, the point is, yes, the rest. You're preparing this thing for the rest. Oh, watch. You know why? Because you just played the 2 with the B, and you're not really releasing it. You're just kind of leaving it there. Da-da-da-da. With a 2, okay? Watch my hand, watch your hand. Jellyfish. Right. And jellyfish forward. Yes. Well, you don't really get that forward movement there. You're not releasing your arm. Your finger wants to play right where it was. So really, truly release. One more time, please. Beautiful. Okay. Now the problem, what's the problem in the left hand going from 12 to 13? What's going on there? Yeah, that thing. That thing is exactly right. So, I think the last note here, come forward on your 4 so your 5 can kind of just sneak under it just a little bit.
Okay. That's better. That's better. It's like a cast of thousands right here. I mean, you have to concentrate here, and you have to. Now, let me ask you this: do you think that this 4 is good here, or should this be a 3? I say we marked a 3 there.
I think,
In this case, because you have to hold it out, it's better for the 4, isn't it? Okay, that's the difference, I think, than the other one that we marked over here, wherever that was. Where was it? Where was it? Oh, right. We just did it.
I thought you did on the first page, first line.
Oh, that's right here, yes. These are the same notes, same spacing. It's a C chord here, it's a G chord here. But this one you don't have to hold the 5 out. You do have to hold the 5 out here. So I think that's a good enough reason to. So I guess, I think you should do whichever one is the most comfortable. But then you have to get off of it. I like it, that's good. I think that looks best for you. Keep it 4 there. Keep it 4 there. All right. Es todo. That's it. Ready? That's really all. I want to look at just a little preview for this minuet. And guess what? It's another minuet. But this one is by Mozart. So it's not going to be a Baroque minuet, right? So just look over it for a second and see if you look at both pages and there's anything that looks kind of, sort of, maybe a section that looks different somehow than from the minuets that you've been playing before. A bunch of trills there. Yeah, it has a lot of ornaments. Lots of repeats. Yes, which I guess those Bach minuets had repeats too.
Not as many.
Yes, this is true because this has 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. Okay, but also